Here's your wedding gift, sweetheart. A check for the down payment on that beautiful colonial on Maple Street, my mother announced, handing my sister Sophia an envelope while 200 wedding guests applauded. I sat at the adjacent table, my own wedding 3 months past, fingering the $50 Applebee's gift card they'd given me with a mumbled apology about tough times. How had I spent 30 years being blind to what was right in front of me? That in my parents' eyes, I wasn't really their daughter at all. That's so generous. Sophia gushed, tears streaming as she opened the check. $400,000. Mom, Dad, this is incredible. The same parents who'd told me they couldn't contribute to my wedding because Dad's business was struggling. The same parents who'd missed my college graduation because Sophia had a dance recital. The same parents who forgot my birthdays but threw Sophia elaborate parties every year. We're so proud of our baby girl, Dad said into the microphone, his voice thick with emotion. Sophia, you've brought us nothing but joy since the day you were born. Since the day she was born. Not since the day we became parents. The specific wording that had haunted me my entire life, finally making sense. And we'd also like to thank Meredith for being such a wonderful big sister, Mom added as an afterthought, gesturing vaguely in my direction. A polite smattering of applause followed. I smiled and raised my champagne glass, playing my role perfectly. The dutiful older daughter. The one who never complained. The one who accepted scraps and said thank you. You okay? My husband David whispered, squeezing my hand under the table. Perfect, I murmured back. In fact, I have something for the happy couple too. I stood, reaching into my purse. The room quieted, probably expecting another toast about sisterly love or some sentimental gift. Sophia, I began, my voice carrying across the ballroom. You've always gotten the best of everything from Mom and Dad. The best schools, the best clothes, the best opportunities. And now the best wedding gift, a house. Sophia shifted uncomfortably, but her new husband squeezed her shoulder. My parents' smiles grew fixed. So I wanted to give you something equally special, I continued, pulling out 2 envelopes. The first is a card congratulating you on your marriage. Relief flickered across Mom's face. The second, I said, holding up the larger envelope, contains DNA test results and legal documents that are going to change all our lives. The silence was deafening. Meredith, what are you doing? Dad's voice held a warning edge I knew too well. Something I should have done years ago, I replied, opening the envelope. You see, 3 months ago, when you gave me that generous $50 gift card for my wedding, I realized something. Either you're the world's worst parents, or there's something you've never told me. This is not the time or place, Mom started. Oh, I think it's the perfect time, I interrupted. After all, you made such a production of giving Sophia her gift. Let me share mine. I pulled out the first document. This is a DNA test showing that Richard and Linda Garrison are not my biological parents. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Sophia's face went white. And this, I continued, pulling out the next paper, is a DNA match to a man named Jonathan Chun, who died 5 years ago in Seattle. Meredith, please. Mom's voice was desperate now. Let us explain. Explain what? That you've been lying to me for 30 years? That I'm not your biological daughter and you never told me? Or that Jonathan Chun left me a substantial inheritance that you've been hiding? We were going to tell you, Dad said weakly. When? After you spent it all on Sophia? After you used my inheritance to buy her this house. What inheritance? Sophia asked, looking between our parents. What is she talking about? I pulled out the final documents. Jonathan Chun was a tech entrepreneur. He died without any other heirs. His estate has been looking for me for 5 years. Value, approximately $18 million. The room erupted. But I kept my eyes on my parents. The lawyers found you 2 years ago, I continued. You confirmed I was his biological daughter. You provided DNA samples. And then you tried to claim the money as my legal guardians, even though I'm 30 years old. We were protecting you, Mom stammered. From what? Financial security? The truth about my identity. I laughed bitterly. Or were you protecting yourselves? Tell me, how much of my money have you already spent? Dad's guilty glance at Sophia told me everything. The house, Sophia whispered. You bought it with her money? It's not that simple, Mom said desperately. We raised her. We gave her everything. Everything. I cut in. You gave me hand-me-downs while Sophia got new clothes. You gave me community college while she went to Princeton. You gave me a gift card while you gave her a house purchased with MY inheritance. I didn't know, Sophia said, tears streaming. Meredith, I swear I didn't know. I softened slightly. I know you didn't. You're as much a victim here as I am. Victim? Dad stood, angry now. We saved you. Your mother was a drug addict who abandoned you at our doorstep. We could have called social services, but we took you in and held it over my head every day of my life. I shot back. Every time Sophia got something I didn't, every time you made me feel less than, every time you forgot my birthday, it all makes sense now. I was never your daughter. I was your charity case. That's not true, Mom sobbed. Isn't it? Tell me, if I hadn't discovered this inheritance, would you ever have told me the truth? Their silence was damning. David stood beside me, his presence steady and reassuring. We hired a forensic accountant, he announced. The Garrisons have withdrawn approximately $3.2 million from Meredith's inheritance over the past 2 years. The house they bought Sophia cost $400,000. The renovations on their own home, $800,000. The new cars, the vacations, the investments, all from an inheritance that rightfully belongs to their adopted daughter. Adopted? I laughed harshly. They never adopted me. Check the records. I'm not Meredith Garrison. Legally, I'm still Meredith Chin. They just kept me, like a pet they never bothered to register. We loved you, Mom insisted through her tears. Did you? Or did you keep me because it looked good? The generous couple raising their friend's orphan baby? And then when your biological daughter came along, I became the built-in babysitter, the comparison to make Sophia look better, the scapegoat for everything wrong in your lives. How did you find out? Dad asked quietly. Ancestry DNA, I said. Funny thing, I did it hoping to find out about your family history, Dad. Thought maybe I'd make a scrapbook, try to connect with you better. Instead, I found out I'm 100% Chinese. That led me to Jonathan, and Jonathan led me to the lawyers who've been trying to find me. I turned to address the room. I'm sorry to ruin the wedding. Sophia, you don't deserve this. The house is yours. I won't take it back. Consider it a wedding gift from the sister who actually loves you, not the parents who stole from me to buy it. Meredith, Sophia started. But everything else? I looked back at my parents. I'm suing for the return of every penny. And the crime of fraud? That's just the beginning. Identity theft, embezzlement, falsifying legal documents. My lawyers are very thorough. You can't do this to us, Dad said. We're your parents. No, I said firmly. You're the people who stole my identity, my inheritance, and my childhood. You're the people who made me feel worthless every day while spending money that belonged to me. You're criminals who happened to raise me. I pulled out one final paper. This is a restraining order. After today, you're not to contact me. Any communication goes through lawyers. Meredith, please, Sophia stood, reaching for me. You're my sister. We can work this out. We're not sisters, I said gently. Not legally. But you know what? You're the only good thing that came out of this. You never treated me differently. You shared when they wouldn't. You included me when they forgot. So here's my real wedding gift to you. I handed her a check. That's for your law school loans. Paid in full. Because you earned it, and because I want you to have a future that isn't tainted by their crimes. Sophia broke down completely. I'll testify. Whatever you need, I'll testify about how they treated you. I know you will, I hugged her. Because you're who they should have been. As David and I walked toward the exit, Mom called out desperately. We did our best. We gave you a home. I turned back one final time. You gave me a roof over my head while stealing the fortune that could have given me a life. You fed me scraps while feasting on my inheritance. You gave me the bare minimum while taking everything that was mine. That's not parenting. That's a long con that finally got exposed. What about forgiveness? She pleaded. Family forgives. Family, I said coldly, doesn't steal from children. Family doesn't lie for 30 years. Family doesn't spend one daughter's inheritance on another daughter's wedding. You want forgiveness? Talk to Sophia. She's your family. I'm just the meal ticket you've been cashing in for years. We left to stunned silence, 200 wedding guests witnessing the collapse of the Garrison family facade. In the car, David took my hand. You okay? I've been preparing for this for 3 months, I admitted. Ever since I found out. Every sleepless night, every therapy session, every meeting with lawyers, all leading to today. Why today? Why not privately? Because they deserve to be exposed the same way they've been excluding me. Publicly, in front of everyone who matters to them. They stole my inheritance to buy their reputation. Seemed fitting to use the truth to destroy it. My phone buzzed. Sophia, I'm leaving the reception. Can we talk? I texted back. Tomorrow. Tonight, I'm celebrating my Independence Day. And I meant it. 30 years of feeling less than, of accepting crumbs, of wondering why I was never enough, all explained by a simple, horrible truth. They'd never loved me because to them, I was never their daughter. I was their lottery ticket. But Jonathan Chun, a man I'd never met, had loved me enough to leave me everything. My biological father, who'd spent years searching for the daughter he'd lost, who'd built a fortune hoping to find me. The Garrisons gave Sophia a $400,000 house. Jonathan Chun gave me an $18 million legacy. But more than that, he gave me the truth. And the truth, it turns out, was worth more than any wedding gift. The lawsuit would take months. The Garrisons would lose everything, their reputation, their assets, probably their marriage. Sophia would struggle with divided loyalties, but ultimately support me, our relationship growing stronger through the trial. And me? I'd use Jonathan's money to build the life he'd wanted for me. The life the Garrisons had tried to steal, starting with a real wedding gift to myself. Freedom from the family that had never wanted me, and the fortune to build a family that would.